Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm singing. Prodigy, Jerry. They're rocking out. Oh yeah. They were fucking rocking out. And now we got to eliminate because we don't need this type of music anymore. Okay. All right. This is the third attempt at the first ever Talking Jerry podcast. Well, the first two episodes maybe technically exist. This is the first one where I take it seriously. For real. And to prove that I'm going to do that, I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot to begin this. And also, I want to explain, in the first episode, I said Talking Jerry podcast. Second episode, which remember, these are both fake. They don't exist in the Talking podcast universe, Talking Jerry podcast universe. They don't exist anymore. They're not real. I'm going to lock in this time. I've got shit on in the background, no audio, because you guys don't need to see it. Or hear it, I mean. Well, you don't need to see it either. People are listening on audio only. This time, legitimately, I will have a much more structured podcast. I can guarantee that. Now, I'm a little drunk already, so that does make it, kind of worse. But I think, if anything, we're only going to have, one brief intermission, and I can trim that out. But I don't know if I can trim out, multiple intermissions like I had to in the second one, but I didn't, But I'll still take any questions in the chat, type shit, anything you need. I'm just gonna fucking be trolling. You might hear some clicks. I'm just gonna be playing in the background just to have something in the background to play. I'm just gonna click some characters. You guys don't even hear the audio. I don't hear the audio either, don't worry. Okay. But the real point is, I actually want to do a podcast, and I actually want to talk about real shit. Real movie shit. And I hope people will comment in the, well, not comment, just chat. If anyone has any movie-related or TV show-related chat questions, even video game, or maybe just pop culture, I'm down to answer them this time. But for the most part, I think I'm stuck on my own self here. I'm going to put this Cuphead music at the very lowest volume. So there's something. Okay, and I think we're going to cook from here. Alright, I have a lot of stuff that I wrote down to talk about. I think we should start with video games. Probably. So, we'll talk about what I've been working on most recently on stream, which is RE7, Resident Evil 7. I think it's a great game. One of the scariest games I've personally streamed, but I don't think it's scary, especially once you get to a certain point. I'm at a point where it's a lot of goofy shit, I'm just worrying about being able to conserve my ammo and stuff. But remember this. So I forgot to mention, definitely. I'm playing on Madhouse difficulty for this RE7 stream, so that will explain a lot. RE7 is a fun game, and I think there's a lot of moments where if I wasn't on Madhouse difficulty, I would be loving it. But I had already streamed it before on normal mode. I just don't on the VOD. So I gotta cook, you know? I gotta cook on the hardest difficulty because that's... Well, I don't even know if it's the hardest. I bet there's a nightmare or something after. But Madhouse is already hard enough. It's very difficult. And I'm playing it. I'm cooking. And I think that is as much as you can expect for me to do in this current moment. What have I gotten to? So I think that RE7 is like, I love the game no matter what. It's not like I have any problems with it. It's just sometimes it can be difficult on Madhouse. But I just got done with the crazy boss fight. Oh man, I cannot be playing games and doing this. So what am I? Currently I'm on the Evelyn boss fight, right? Or we're getting towards where we're gonna be fighting Evelyn. We just beat the Jack Baker mutated boss fight, and then we went on the Mia ship of Destiny, and then we went on the Ethan train. That's what we've got. Man, this is gonna be nonsensical. I hope people like this. I don't know. I love RE7. RE7 is a great game. Even though it frustrates me on Madhouse, I think it builds tension, and I think they've prepped us out to where you're gonna get the items you need if you just think about it. Needless to say, I fucked up many times during this section on the ship, and then the section after. It was sad. It wasn't good. It's tragic, but I think I can still beat RE7 soon. And I think I will. On Madhouse, it's still possible. I think I've only got 2 or 3 streams left. Hope. No. But yeah, RE7, other than I hate Ethan, I don't like Ethan, the character. I think he's a boring protagonist. I think Leon in the previous games is even better than him. Way better. And Claire's better, Jill's better. I don't like Ethan. Ethan sucks. It sucks that we had to play Ethan for 2 games. That might be a hot take. I don't know. Maybe when I replay RE8 it'll be different. But I just think it's so cringe of his character most of the time. I had a moment where I was like, oh shit, is this Outlast or Outlast 2? And it basically was the same. It was in the mines, you have to push it down. I swear that happens in Outlast 2. People need to quote me on that. I swear that exact same thing happened in Outlast. Okay. So, that's our RE7 talk. We don't need to talk about much about the Outlast 7. For now, at least. We still have a couple streams. At least. Let's mark out RE7 replay. Oh man, we've got a lot of stuff to talk over. You see, I have a whole list here. This time, the stream shouldn't be as bad, even if I'm drunk, because I have more stuff. What should I go into next? If we're going to stay on the video game grind, we could talk about Big Walk. One of the most recent games we've been playing as a squad. We only did 1 stream of it so far. But it's a fun puzzle game. I think some of it, if you're drunk, you might be asking too much of your squad. But sober people, you know, they're still in for a challenge. It's like an escape room where you're the one sober person in Vegas. I wouldn't know personally. I'm always the drunk one. But playing the game drunk, there was like 2 or 3 of us maybe drunk out of like 5 or 6. Playing it drunk, you are a burden to the rest of the squad. But it's also why I love it. Big Walk, you just do puzzles. You're like walking around. It's like how do I describe this to people? You're basically doing puzzles. You're walking around. It's open world. It's like oh fuck, what are those games called? Human Fall Flat. Human Fall Flat. Those type of games. That's essentially what this is. It's the same type of game. But this is definitely harder and more. And this is this isn't a Discord call type of thing. This is a proximity chat, which now that we're talking about proximity chat games, and I think the proximity chat in Big Walk is perfect. Because there's radios and there's shit like that. Another game that we just started playing. I don't have a lot to talk about Grain Rot, but we have started playing it. Grain Rot is very fun, and it's like I would describe it as a Lethal Company where your shit, like, no matter what, is gonna stay over, like your home base. It's like kind of the Outlast multiplayer game mixed with Lethal Company. And shit stays. So it's like it's kind of like a Phasmophobia type, but not really. No, it's definitely more Lethal Company. You go down in an elevator. And if you go back in the elevator, you get to keep your stuff. But if you die, you fucking die in real life, dude. It's like Stay Alive, that movie I talked about 2 streams ago. You die in the game, you die in real life. You die in the game, you will never live again. Or you just survive the game. Okay, so is that all I want to talk about? Grain Rot. Probably. What else could I talk about? I want to make sure no ads are on the stream. No one said any decent information in the chat. I'm gonna keep talking. I might just take another shot, you know, while we think of this. Have some ideas for what to talk about. We do have some TV promises we made last time that we did not. So. And now we have full commitment to season 3 of House of the Dragon that we can talk about. But for the shot, right? Incredible. We still got this Cuphead music going on. Which I'm glad. That there's something for you viewers in the audience who are not watching but listening. I assume no one's listening. That's the sad part. And I haven't even been playing this stupid ass game. It's too hard to concentrate on. Alright. So I took a shot. I need to lock in So we've spent 15 minutes on Brain Rot, Big Walk, and RE7. Okay. Wait, what else did we talk about a movie or anything? No, we're about to talk about TV. Is there any other games? Let me look. Sorry, guys. Let's just get into some minor things. Less important stuff. I want to talk about Wonder Man. One of my favorite new shows of the year. I don't remember if it was last year, like at the very end, or if it was this year. But it's not getting renewed. But it's an MCU show, and it goes full meta references with like film and TV. Essentially, it follows this guy, and he's an actor, but he's also a superpowered guy. And he's very like OCD about things, or like he's definitely he has anxiety for sure. He overthinks everything, but he's an actor and he has powers. And then he meets Trevor Slattery, who is the Mandarin, the fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So this is an MCU thing. I don't know if I preface this. But it's an incredible show. It has a lot of awesome references to like movies. It has actors playing themselves, including a Percy Jackson actor, and they have a Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief poster because they were in the original Percy Jackson movie. That's probably a major spoiler. No, it's not major. But you can connect the dots. But it's funny as fuck seeing them have a Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief poster. It's like if Dev Patel had a poster for The Last Airbender. Essentially. Not really, but kind of. Oh, I just saw something on my notes that is actually pretty interesting to talk about that we'll go into. But yeah, Wonder Man got canceled. Even though it was connected to the MCU, seemed good. I'm pretty sure MCU or like Marvel Studios / Disney realized that they need to just cook with movies in their universe, and so they're probably just going to do more animated shit after Vision Quest, which is another thing we could talk about. Actually, that is a good intro into Vision Quest, and we'll go ahead and talk about it briefly. I just feel like this is a perfect time to talk about it. So Vision Quest. I think the idea of the WandaVision Agatha All Along Vision Quest trilogy being that's what it is, I find that terrible. I want an Agatha All Along season 2, but we might just be getting Vision Quest. But a lot of that is because I want Agatha and kind of a spoiler for a major spoiler for Agatha season 2 character. I'm not gonna say the character out loud. Major character from that. Just in case some people haven't seen it. But there's a major character from that should be involved with this Vision Quest season. And I don't know if they're gonna be. I think the trailer implied that they would, which makes me worried that they were gonna do like Agatha All Along season 2 maybe, or unless they're like twist in the show and we get Agatha Catherine Hahn. But I have very little hope for that. But I would love Catherine Hahn to show up in Vision Quest. That'll happen. That's just, it's kind of a spoiler for people who haven't seen it. Or haven't seen Agatha all along. But, you know, you should watch it. It doesn't matter. Agatha all along, it's good. Okay. So, on to the next thing. Let's talk some NBA, I suppose. Fuck it. This will be a short section. Because I don't think anyone cares. Russell Westbrook is retired from the NBA. Thunder legend. I grew up loving Russ. He was our MVP after KD left. KD was already an MVP, then KD left, and then it was just stuck with Russ. And he won MVP. Just out of nowhere, you wouldn't expect it. That he was just as good as KD. I'm gonna go ahead and specify, some people don't know. KD stands for Kevin Durant. He joined the Golden State Warriors in 2016 after the Thunder blew a 3-1 series lead in the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors. So remember, KD, Kevin Durant, joined the team that he blew a 3-1 lead against. Just keep that in mind. But the Thunder later went on to get a championship, not with Russ. It was way after, so it doesn't matter as much to me anymore. But damn, fuck Kevin Durant, fuck Kevin Durant. But yeah, now Russ is retiring. The most recent season was his final year. It's sad for me. It was like literally when I watched the Thunder for the first time, it was Russ, KD, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. So obviously it's gonna be tough for me because Russ didn't lead the Thunder until he got traded. Like 3 years after KD had left. 4 years. And Russ is a very special player to me, but the problem is if the Thunder hadn't won a ring after Russ, you know, this would be hitting me so much harder. But now we have SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he won a championship for us. So it's not nearly as sad, but I still love Russ. He put his fucking whole entire soul out for that team. I bet he sold his soul to the devil in one of those years, and that's why he wasn't able to get to the finals after the Heat year. Fucking LeBron. And I'm pretty sure the thing is, the 2012 finals, the one that Thunder made, LeBron hadn't won a ring yet. So if you're gonna talk conspiracy on what the NBA was gonna do, and that first game was kind of sus, or the second game, I don't know. The Thunder may have won the first game and lost the next 4. It's kind of sus, isn't it? You want LeBron to win or LeBron to lose. You know? No, I don't actually think that. I just think it was gonna... Well, maybe. What if the officials did want LeBron to win the next series? There was a missed call, I think, that would have changed Game 2. But other than that, I think it was normal shit. It was fucked. Alright, what else do we got? I'm trying to think of the best of the transition. TV stuff? We can go for some Fuller House. Oh man, I've got a lot to talk about. Full House / Fuller House. Literally have notes at the wazoo. I think I would have never watched Fuller House if not for being a major Full House fan from childhood. And the funny thing is, Full House didn't even stop. Like, dude, Full House stopped airing several years before I was born. I'm almost certain. Because Full House started in the mid to late 80s and only went 6 seasons. But I still watched the fucking shit out of it because when I was growing up, it was on Nick at Night, I think. And so it was always on. It was one of those shows like Home Improvement, George Lopez, those sitcoms that I was watching every night. And my memory is insane enough to where I remember a lot of that shit. At an absolute insane amount. So I have such a crazy memory of Full House that when I rewatched it recently, I'm pretty sure there was only like less than 10 episodes that I thought were new. Out of 20 episodes per season, like 6 seasons or whatever of Full House. And most of it I remembered. And I remember the finale. Dude, Michelle fucking dies, dude. Well, she doesn't die. She loses her memory. And she should have died. She died. She like got knocked off her horse and had a major brain injury. But then she just has her memory back in like 2 seconds. It was like the biggest risk. It's also why I never wanted to ride a horse. But I think I maybe already didn't want to ride a horse before. But it was one of the biggest examples of like, nah, don't ride a horse. Yeah, Michelle literally fucking fell off a horse. And there's also some characters in Fire and Blood. The A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones spin-off about the Targaryens. One of those characters literally dies on a horse. Maybe both. Or maybe there's multiple, but I don't know. Okay, so we're 27 minutes in. I think I've been talking some good shit so far, which is good. I think I've stayed on target, but I might have to take a break, which is unfortunate. Well, I just have to use the brush. But it's gonna have music, so it won't be so bad, but I do need to maybe edit this out. I'm hoping it's not gonna be like too bad in that department. I only begun my Full House talk. I didn't even talk about Fuller. Okay. I wish I knew when the next ad was coming. Like, I've got to talk Fuller House 100%. I only talk full. Underline that. I don't have P. Okay. Hopefully I trim that out of the YouTube version. But we're still cooking. Other than this, I think this was the best, like, consecutive minutes of talking about normal shit and not being distracted by shit. Which it disturbs me right now. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. I'm gonna have to put this up. But I'm just gonna grab a beer. You guys are gonna still be able to hear me because I'm gonna talk directly into the mic. I'm gonna be aiming at the mic. And take a shot and listen. Because I don't have any liquor in here anymore. I ran out of liquor in here. But there is another thing of liquor somewhere. Pretty sure. But I don't want to take it. Okay, so we're back. Let's pop open this beer. Okay. So, before we get into show and tell, which I have somehow preserved 30 minutes, we need to talk about Fuller House. I think this is gonna be such a approached area of a lot of people's media knowledge, because not many people would ever attempt Fuller House. Sorry for the burp. Sorry for the double burp. Triple burp. Sorry, that's a lowbrow set of humor we got going on here. All right, we need to talk about Fuller House because I have a lot to say about it. After that, we need to go into something like Hellraiser. No, we got to talk about the other TV shows first. The Hellraiser series. We only talked about the fucking first movie. Okay. So, if you've seen Full House, you know the basic premise. You know, it's Danny. His wife has died. He needs his friends and his brother-in-law to take care of his 3 daughters. And so what they've done here is flip the show on its head, the original show, and for this they've put in DJ, who has lost her husband, and you would never believe it, but DJ's last name now is Fuller, as in Fuller House. And so DJ is the fulfillment of the Fuller House prophecy. Much like a Game of Thrones. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, and in this show, it's just DJ recruits Kimmy Gibbler and Stephanie. Stephanie is the middle child from Full House, as you should know. They are They are there to fill essentially the Joey and Jesse roles from the previous show, and it actually is a weird, crazy parallel that is actually kind of a good mirror to the original show. Oddly enough. There's something to respect on a extremely insane level on the fact that if they were going to do this, they're committing to the parallel of Joey Jesse to Gibbler Stephanie in a way that I don't think a lot of people truly can appreciate, but me after the fact. And it is technically also a fuller house because there are more people at the base than in the original show. Because in this show, Kimmy has her daughter, right? And then DJ has her 3 kids. And then Stephanie exists. That's more characters at the beginning than technically Full House. Wait, restart. Did we lose? Did we lose? Who was I? Oh, okay, sorry. I need to stop with the podcast part. I'm just playing this SpongeBob game. Sorry, guys. You're not even hearing the SpongeBob game audio because I'm not even listening. Wait, I need to play the fucking story mode. Oops. Okay, now I'm not gonna talk about this stupid ass game. I thought it mattered. I thought playing the non-story mode mattered, but it doesn't. Okay, so what else do I need to talk about? Full House. Sorry, jeez, I'm drunk. Probably have ADD anyways. So yeah, the Fuller thing. DJ Fuller is her name. That's why it's Fuller House. What else is funny with the show? So Steve from the original show was DJ's boyfriend in the penultimate season and the one before that. And he has returned as a potential prospect for DJ. But DJ hasn't decided that she wants to, exist with him. And so it's really a thing of oh, DJ's gotta be chilling, She's gotta decide what to do here. On Steve or this new guy from the pet shop or whatever. Not the pet shop. I'm pretty sure DJ is a fucking vet. She's a veterinarian. And yes, there's a new love interest on the way, but Steve wants to be the main love interest, because he dated DJ in high school. DJ married someone else. Someone last name Fuller. We never met them. It was before. It was just like Full House with Danny's ex-wife that we never met. So it's really odd. You don't know what to. What do I need to talk? Because I've been talking too much about Full House. I don't even love Fuller House. I've just been watching it. I think one of the main things that is funny as fuck is Stephanie is now in season 2 essentially dating Kimmy Gibbler's younger brother, who didn't exist in the main show, I don't think. But his name is Jimmy Gibbler. Jimmy Gibbler. And Stephanie accidentally falls in love with him, and they start dating. And I think they're in game. They should be in game. It was the beginning of season 2 that he was introduced. I mean, I think one of the things I may have not talked about in the show, I think Stephanie and Kimmy are pretty perfect for what their characters are in the original show. I think DJ is very, very cringy though. I think, well, I can't even remember her actress name. Candace Cameron or something. That's DJ, I think. I just don't. She was always the worst actress besides maybe the Olsen twins in the original show. man, I hope that the Olsen twins or someone doesn't eventually see this. No one sends this to them, or even DJ's actress. I just don't think she's very good. But maybe it's like it's like I don't know if necessarily the original Full House like I don't know if necessarily John Stamos and Bob Saget are necessarily putting on their best performances, but DJ just doesn't come off as real in this. But I didn't think she was. I thought she was the worst actress in the original show. Sorry, Candace? Oh no. Now I feel even more bad. This is officially on a podcast. At least it has Cuphead music over it. Wait, is this like the same Cuphead song over and over again? No, it's not. Okay, good. I don't even know if you guys can hear it that loud. Okay, let me do one last look over on Fuller House. I think I talked about what I wanted to talk about. Oh man, the thing about Fuller House that is kind of perturbing me is that I don't think the actor that they've had to play DJ's technically middle son, I don't think he's very good. I know child actors are not good. Notoriously. But man, I don't think that middle kid is like a good actor at all. He's like a worse, like if you think Michelle is not good in Full House, aka the Olsen twins, if you don't think she's not good at acting, if you think she is just absolute not a good actress when she's young, this kid is forced to be sprung upon like Michelle season 4 age. Okay, so here's the thing. It's probably like Stephanie season 1 age, but I'm pretty sure Stephanie's actress is just way better. Stephanie's actress was just so much better back in the day. Now that I think of it, I do think that is more likely. Yeah, because Michelle started out as like a kid, as like a baby. Wow, that kid is supposed to be as good as Stephanie was at the beginning of that show? That's just crazy. They were asking a lot of him. Even though it seems like he's older, I don't know. He's just not a good actor. I feel bad for that kid. He's probably the worst part of the show. I don't even know his fucking character name, but he's the middle child of DJ and Mr. Fuller that we're never gonna see. Because she's just gonna get a new... She's either gonna date Steve or the other guy from the vet. That clinic. Man. That is something crazy to think about. Okay. I don't think I have much more to talk about Full House, Fuller House at the moment, but I still have half the show left. So, we might come back to that. Alright, should we continue with TV stuff? What are we, 46 minutes in? Oh, fucking Christ. What can we talk about quickly? I only want to go like an hour. Oh, okay, this would be a funny time before we do like, show and tell. Let's talk about Neon Cinema's major fuck up. We're gonna call it the Neon Cinema's Hokum Jaboko Dodo. Major failure Hokum scenario by Neon Cinema. They sent literally every person who pre-ordered Hokum off their website. And remember, Neon Cinema, they are the main distributors of this movie. They are the ones that are, like, Amazon is selling this movie as well, but they are the ones that have it. They have it. And they sent everyone who pre-ordered the 4K the DVD. And the funny thing is, they weren't even broadcasting the DVD as a pre-order on their website. It was only a Blu-ray 4K version. Maybe not even Blu-ray. Maybe only 4K. But then they sent a DVD. And so I had the DVD. It's stupid. But I ended up pre-ordering Hokum on Amazon because I knew I was going to want to watch it because I like Adam Scott. He's awesome. Party Down. Parks and Rec. Oh, perfect transition if I wanted to go there. Okay. So let's go a little bit into Hokum. Without talking too much, because I don't want to spoil it. Actually, I don't even know if I need to spoil it. Oh no! We dropped frames? What? Or no, I don't know if we dropped oh, the internet. No, the internet! The internet. Oh no, the internet. The internet! The internet, like, died. Okay, for the podcast purposes only, I need to cut. No, I should keep talking, but, okay, so now we're streaming again? Is it working? Okay, so people who are watching the VOD are not gonna ever know that it died, you know, the internet. But, it did. And I kinda wanna check some stuff. So. The problem is this is tough because I don't know how much like the stream audience lost. I don't think anyone's really listening on stream anyways, but we're at 50 minutes now. What was I just talking about? Christ. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep on a... Oh man, we haven't even talked about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I didn't talk about that I wanted to. Oh, we started talking about the fucking Hokum 4K disaster. New cinema's worst moment. Where they failed to send Hokum 4K to anyone. from their website only. So the thing is, I literally ordered Hokum 4K after I found out that Hokum was only delivering DVD from Neon Cinema. I just ordered it on Amazon, got it before they even sent it to me. The DVD that they said was gonna be at 4K. It was a full thing. It was a full thing. You guys don't understand. All right, 50 minutes in. We need to rush. We need to rush through at least something important. Oh god, this just might be a TV one. Let's talk Silo. Silo Season 3. It's not over yet. But in general, the show, I guess. I don't think I talked about it last time at all, the show in general. Silo is an awesome, like, show. It has a lot of, like, vibes of, like, Fallout. The show. And I often get lore mixed up because there's flashback scenes of before they're in the silo, and it's very similar to like the flashback scenes of Fallout. And Silo Season 3 is interesting. I think people could maybe like start falling off Silo Season 3, but I think some of that is because the source material quite literally is being majorly adapted to allow Rebecca Ferguson to be a main character in the season. Like, I think from what I understand, the second book of this series is largely flashback oriented, and they've decided to majorly improve it by not including that in, or like not including a Rebecca Ferguson-less season. We get a perfect round? Holy fuck. Oh no. Did I hit that Squidward? Oh, sorry guys. I forgot this is the podcast part. But yeah, Silo is just as good as I think it's always been, but it did start a little slow. There was less intrigue. No more Jorah Mormont. And there is a memory loss scenario that's kind of fucked up in this season. But I am finding this increasingly intriguing. The season of Silo, without any spoilers, basically. I love it. I still think it's good. And I want to know what's going to happen next. If the season ends on like a bit of a downer, it might like I think it'll be bad, but otherwise I think we've been cooking, and I think it's just as good as it's always been. Squidward, stop hitting those shit. Is there a button that... Oh, there's a button that knocks it the other way. Oh, you guys can't even see this shit. I'm playing SpongeBob. Audio only people can't see this shit. My bad. Oh, I could have been hitting that the whole time. Is that a time for me to... Oh my god, wait, that actually answers a lot of questions. We're cooking them. Wait, so I can change my character to smart. That's funny. Does that make me better? Am I smart? Am I Mr. Smart? Oh, sorry, Squidward. Okay, now I'm too focused to not... Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go, we cooked. Alright, me and Squidward cooked. You guys don't see it if you're listening to podcasts online. Oh, what should I talk about next? It's a good question. And I have something that I could easily talk about, and I probably should. So I've talked about Silo. I can save Ted Lasso because it's still airing. I honestly could have saved Silo. House of the Dragon I could have given my final thoughts on. That's hard to do without spoilers. So I got thoughts on Scooby-Doo stuff. Return of Ice Age. I'll just do a little mini meme about the Return of Ice Age. That's not a series that I've seen all the way through. But unequivocally, I think Ice Age is a great series. No, I'm just kidding. I can't even say that. I've only seen like the first movie. I had it on DVD, but that first movie is literally iconic. And I do think there are some god tier scenes. I think the slide scene is something that may have haunted my dreams for many generations without realizing it. The scene where they're in the infinite slide scenario. I think that may have contributed to some Chuck E. Cheese infinite slide nightmares I've had. But I'm afraid of heights, so it makes sense. What else? Cast is decent, you know, and they kept them, from what I understand. What else about Ice Age? I don't know. Scrat died? He eventually died. They did a whole canon, but I feel like that might be set later. I think they were like, Scrat will be back in the next Ice Age movie. I think they're doing another one. And they're getting all the original cast. Ray Romano, probably Dennis Leary, like Leguizamo. Dude, that's funny as fuck. I don't know. I kind of respect Leguizamo, so I don't know. I don't think you can not respect Leguizamo after that happened. Okay. Get rid of Ice Age. Alright. We're 58. We've got to do at least like 2 more, maybe only 1 more. Little mini thing. I just want to shout out Dylan Sprouses, aka Zach Martin from Sweet Love and Cody, the twin brother of Cole Sprouse, who was Jughead in Riverdale. And Cody and Sweet Love is and Cody. No, but for real, he's got an interesting new podcast. The past month or so, he's been posting stuff. He had an interview with Archie from Riverdale, and he's already had one with Veronica from Riverdale, and one of the twins from Scream 5 and 6. Like the reboots, the core 4, you know? He has the interview with Mason Gooding, and he's cool. I like him. He's been in other stuff too, obviously, but I like Mason Gooding, and so I'm gonna like the fact that Dylan Sprouse is interviewing him. I used to think the Sprouses were awesome. I loved Sweet Love is and Cody. It was my favorite show back in the day. And it's funny to hear that, interestingly enough, KJ Appa, who is Archie in Riverdale, he was a few years younger than Cole Sprouse before that started. And so he had grown up watching Cole Sprouse when they, like, had to become best friends in the show, obviously. But yeah. And so KJ talks about that in the podcast, Dylan Sprouse's podcast. Soon, I'm sure they're going to get Cole. They've already had KJ. They've already had Camila Mendez. Oh, she's awesome as well. That's a good interview. I love her. She's got some good stuff. I really appreciate all the stuff she's done. I thought she was awesome as Veronica. And she does look exactly like her mother in the show. Her mother in Riverdale is in one of the vacation movies, one of the National Lampoon's Vacations, and she looks exactly like she looked when she was younger. Like late teens, early 20s version of her, and it's so weird but also so insane, because that means the casting on Riverdale was insane, because all the parents are like somehow pretty good, accurate depictions of their kids, and then they later end up playing their parents in a flashback episode of Riverdale. But that's spoilers. That's spoilers. We can't talk about that. That's spoilers. Okay. We've got not much time left. We've gone an hour and 2 minutes. That's long for a podcast. But we talked about some crazy shit. Not a lot of movies. A lot of games. That's weird. Should I talk about a movie before? Yeah, let's end on this, because I don't think there's a lot to talk about with this. So, Lilo and Stitch live action. They announced a second movie at D23. They said it's confirmed. They said we're doing it. And I actually have some lore to talk about with the character they've introduced. Like, dead ass. So, the next movie is going to have Angel. Sorry, I burped. Damn. Bad podcasting. I have to edit that out. No one's watching this. Anyways, so Angel. Angel is from a weird episode of, I think it has to be the series. But I'm almost certain canonically she's around the same experiment number as Stitch, right? I think she's like 6'2". 4? 3? I don't know, because 625 is the grilled cheese guy, one who loves sandwiches. I don't know. I could be wrong. The problem is I know that Angel is basically just like a pink version of Stitch. So I think she's like a similar number. Stitch. Or wait, is it a... I don't know. My lore of the main, like that character from the TV show is so low. Like, I assume it was the TV show that she was introduced in. I remember like an episode where Stitch wanted to bang his cousin. By that I mean, like, they're technically cousins because they're all created by the same person. They're technically like siblings. But I don't know if that means they're... I mean, technically, Stitch, go off if you want. I don't understand. I don't know how they get their powers or how they get their DNA, you know? I don't know. Angel can maybe bang Stitch. I don't know. But Angel's gonna be in the second Lilo and Stitch live action. So that's something. And I don't know, I didn't give my thoughts on Lilo and Stitch live action movie on this, but I could. I thought it was fine. Without going into too much spoilers, I do find it absolutely hilarious that they had, oh god, what's his fucking name? Was it fucking Zach Galifianakis? Fucking Zach Galifianakis as Jumba? That can't be true. I hope I'm wrong. I think it's one of the goofiest things about the movie and maybe the worst part, but also it worked way better at a certain point. Oh man. So yeah, now that I think of it, I think it only was bad when it was CGI Jumba. But yes, it was bad. Yes. So, spoiler alert, Zach Galifianakis is Jumba in the live-action Lilo and Stitch, and it doesn't fit. But they changed the character, and it is kind of interesting. It kind of fits how I was thinking. This guy's a piece of shit. I don't know. It's funny as fuck. But I think he's going to be back no matter what for the second one. There's no way they're just cutting Jumba out completely. I think they're going to redeem him. Slight spoilers. But you should have watched it. You should have watched Lilo and Stitch. Okay. Wow, what a podcast we just had. I don't think I have much else to talk about. I think there was only like one or two major like breaks. I don't need to talk about the rest of the stuff necessarily. There's X-Men casting news. I might punt that to the next time. Spoiler review of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Save it. Until it's out on like Blu-ray. Only seen the first episode of Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. We'll talk about more Scooby-Doo. That'll be cool. I haven't talked about like any. But we talk about a lot of cool stuff. And that was much fucking more focused on stuff than it was before. No matter what. And it had music in the background to help people get through it. So yeah, I guess if no one else is tuning in, I'm gonna say good night. We will end the stream. And as always, I hope you guys
want to Sprite cranberry?